Hey, it's Marco. So today I wanted to talk to you about the rounded shoulders. And I hope I can show you this. So the rounded shoulder this is a hunch shoulder. Rounded shoulders is the shoulders rolling forward. So that is an inward shoulder as opposed to of an internally rotated shoulder, as opposed to not like a completely pushed out shoulder, but a straight line. That's sort of how it should be. I see that a lot with people who, I would say, sit behind the desk a lot. Desk workers, office workers, a lot of women. And I think let's maybe start with women. A lot of women have developed that position especially when you're a teenager, you develop breasts, there's a tendency to sort of hide them. And I spoke about this with quite a few of my clients, and it just happens. They don't even know it's happening, and then it becomes a habit, and it stays with them for the rest of their lives, and it's not particularly helpful. And I understand why this happens, but if you keep on doing this, then slowly you create this sort of rounded upper back, the hunchback, which sounds really awful, but that's what can happen. So for men, I see most men who have that are office workers, and basically not using their lats, the latissimus dorsus, which sits at your back, which sits sort of there. The muscles here, which is one of the longest muscles in the back, are not used. So you may be broad in your shoulders, but there's still rounders in your back. I also see quite a few people who go to gyms who have rounded shoulders to the front, so they are not able to open up and to have their shoulders on the back, as we call it. So there's a few reasons there why people have rounded shoulders, and rounded, I mean the internally rotated forward shoulders. So eventually, if you keep on doing this, you may end up with a hunchback, as I already said. You may have lower back pain, and also it is also an aesthetical, less good look, I would say. That sounds a bit awful, but it means when you stand tall, you have a very different presence as when you come in like this. And then what happens as well, actually I'm doing it now, is it round forward, then the neck becomes short, and then you have that lifted chin. I'm exaggerating, but actually that is what's happening over time. So you want your shoulders to be back and your neck long and your chin not down, but in line, as you can see. That's the difference between this. So what we do in the studio with this is, first of all, to start with the head. So when you're lying on your reformer, that your head is actually actively pressing down in the headrest. It's not just resting, it's working. So you you already work the neck muscles in the back. The other thing we do is when we curl up, it's not a chin to the chest, as in sort of letting your head hang, but it's a curl up from the muscles in your vertebrae in your neck, and the muscles that are sitting along the muscles here, that they extend and curl up, all of them, which takes time. A lot of people come in with neck pain, and it's because their neck muscles are usually weak. So we try to also make them stronger. This may take some time. Then the rounded shoulders. So a very good way of doing that in our studio is using the barrels. So you use the barrel behind you, and we work with several barrels, but the small barrel and the spine corrector are probably the best ones, is to sit in front of them and roll over the barrel. And you roll from your lower back to your middle back to your shoulders, then the arms lift, the chest opens, and the head comes down. And your head may not be able to come down onto the barrel behind you the first time, or maybe the first 10 times. So we use a little pillow. But eventually you are able to literally unroll your spine over the barrel, which is very, very nice to do. And you become really aware of articulation the other way around, as opposed to go forward, you go to the back. So that's a way of doing this. The other equipment that we use is arm springs, which are connected to the towers on the Cadillac to strengthen, to work from your lats in the back, and do loads of arm exercises to extend your spine, to strengthen your back, and to open up your chest, because that's basically what you're trying to do, is to open this up as opposed to doing this. So that's a bit about the rounded shoulders and how you can work with that in our studio. Thanks for watching.